Hello, Internet. It is Alex here with a very interesting game today. This is Dwarf Fortress, which is basically the godfather of all management type games. It is infamous for having a notoriously difficult to use user interface and using ASCII graphics. However, today I am playing, and anytime I've played this in the past, I make use of the Lazy Noob pack, which is, almost required usage to make the game approachable. So you guys aren't going to be getting the ASCII graphics, and in fact, it may seem like things are off-center on the screen. That is because on the left side I am going to be using another plugin that will give you an alternate view of what is happening in the game so that it's a bit easier to parse. For those of you unfamiliar with this game, like I said, it's a management game. You are the overseer. Well, there are a few different modes. The most famous mode is Fortress mode, where you are the overseer of a group of dwarves who are setting out to establish, a new outpost for their civilization and, mostly just survive. If you want an idea of what can happen in this game, the most well-known internet story of it is called Boat Murdered. Yes, Boat Murdered. There was also another good one I followed for a while on Reddit called Room Carnage. I promise not all the names of forts and stuff are so ominous, but those were both the randomly generated names for those particular fortresses. So, if you're looking for an amusing and entertaining read, go check those out. But in the meantime, I'm going to be attempting to survive on my own game here. Now, I've already gone ahead and made a world because this game, what it lacks in graphics, makes up for in complexity. And so, whenever you make a game, you create a whole world and it simulates, civilizations, mythical creatures, and heroic figures, all sorts of history, wars, famines, blah, 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 blah. It is ridiculous how much detail goes into it, but that can take a little while, so I went ahead and did that before starting the stream. So now I'm going to load into that world and load the fortress mode. And right now it's just a whole lot of gobbledygook. So it creates the world and then it goes and simulates 2 weeks before it actually lets you jump in. And there will eventually be music and stuff, but that's not going to... And that's using one of the many plugins included in the Lazy Noob pack. But that's not going to happen until we really get started. So this is kind of the this is the regular graphics of the game right now. This is what we would be seeing the whole time if we were playing without some of these mod packs. So this is incredibly daunting just to look at, but down below, which is a little bit hidden by the UI, there is the channel stuff. You may be able to see that I hit F to find a desired location. And so what I can do now is I can adjust what I want to look for as we go through the area. So let's see, I'm going to put it on low evil to make sure we don't get placed next to like a necromancer tower or something that will just destroy us instantly. I'm not sure what this drainage thing is. Let's see, I want flux stone. You need that if you want to make steel at your fort. You don't want an aquifer, pretty much ever. Though I went ahead and one of the options in the Lazy Noob pack is to make it so worlds don't generate aquifers. You want a river. You want multiple shallow metals, multiple deep metals, some soil for farming, and you want some clay. Hello chat. I don't know if I really have a style of build in the game yet. still relatively new to it. Um, Mostly, dig into the mountain and, one entrance in and out. Try and, still getting a handle on the basics. Although I will say I tend to opt for a wider layout in my fortresses rather than going tall up and down. Um, Slightly more pleasing aesthetically in my mind, even though I understand it may be less efficient. But I'm not nearly at the point where I need to worry so much about efficiency. Okay, so far the world search is not showing us a lot of options. On that right side, all those green X's are viable locations based on our search parameters, and all the red X's are, no bueno. But we gotta let this run for a little bit. I am a little surprised that Sound Sense isn't doing anything at this point, but like I said, hopefully it will launch up once we embark and set off. Looks like we're nearly done searching. Now, I was thinking it would be nice if I could find a volcano, but I forget what you want to search for to try and make that happen. Just because then it's easier to get to magma and use that for your industry. Okay, so now I am going to, whoops, how do I, right, escape to browse the results. So, let's see. So now I am, moving around to check some of these sites. You will see, so over here on the right is the world map. This is the region map in the middle, and here is a very local view that is kind of what our actual map would be. And the yellow X can be a little hard to see. Yellow X here shows me where I am in the world. And then over here on the right is all the important info about the location. So these ones here, interesting. A topical freshwater marsh. That might be good. And it does have clay. Has all very deep soil. That's a little concerning, I think. Surroundings mirthful. Not sure what that is, but let's see. Those are sand deserts. Let me come zooming on up to here and check these locations out. Okay, a forest. No soil or clay there. No trees. That's not good. What is this on the coast here? Freezing. Okay, yeah, I don't think I want to deal with that. I am not nearly confident enough in my skills to survive that. We got stuff way down here. Surroundings serene. Now, I do have over on one of my other monitors the wiki to the game, which is pretty much required to have up as you are playing, because there are many things you're going to want to look up. Okay, so serene, mirthful, and joyous wilds are good biomes. But I don't see what the actual difference is between them, if there is one. So maybe I could go there. Oops, I need to make sure I'm back over in this window. But what was it? We had a few locations here. You know what? No, let's try these serene surroundings over here. Ooh, although there's no sand. Okay. coming back up here, because I think this has a little of everything that we want. Yeah. Hopefully that hot temperature isn't too much of an issue. So I think, yeah, that has, yeah, I think we're good here. So let's go ahead and hit E to embark. I'm going, so now this is the screen where you can just play now, prepare for the journey carefully, or there are some pre-made profiles, which will be like, you know, what skills to give to your people, some supplies, etc. Oh gosh, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to prepare carefully, but only do a little bit of stuff. So these are the dwarves that I get. You start with 7, and I could give them some skills, but let's see, is Dwarf Therapist going to work? Okay, so let me go ahead and pull this up. This is the super helpful plugin Dwarf Therapist. Why aren't you showing up? Please hold. There we go. Okay, so this is a plugin, and over here you see my list of dwarves. And these are all the different jobs they can do. What I'm going to look at is we have this one tab roles. And what that lets you do is you can see how good of a fit certain dwarves are for certain roles. So this is where I could assign some of the skill points if I wanted to make you know, things go well. So if I see here, we've got Enod is going to be our farmer, because they are the only one who is suited for it. So if I hide Dwarf Therapist again, come to Enod, and I find some farming skills. Where is farming? Probably past it. Grower. Oops. How do I... Yes. Plus and minus to add. Let's see. What else should I be doing? Well, dang, if just looking back at Dwarf Therapist, Enod here is basically our best at everything. And the way these numbers are determined is based on the dwarves' personalities and attributes, and like I said, there's a million different things going into any given aspect of this game. Let's see. I think that might be the only one I really check out. Okay, Aerith here is a good cook and brewer, so let's give him some points there. I'm not gonna bring Dwarf Therapist back up every time I do something, but I will be constantly referring to it. Okay, I think that's all I'm really going to do in terms of skills to start out with. So now let me go to items and adjust what we start with. So we get a couple picks for miners, some battle axes, which you also use for chopping trees, an iron anvil. Alcohol is extremely important. Plump helmets are your staple crop. So let me just add some more of those. No, I'm not even going to bother with these other crops. Yes, they tend to like having some variety, but it's, again, I'm not at the point where I'm ready to tackle all that. So let's see. So plump helmets are the staple crop. Pigtails you can also use for alcohol, but you mostly use it for cloth. We got some quivers, some buckets, some splints, a wheelbarrow. I have no idea what you use a step ladder for, but they give it to you. Okay, so let's get some war dogs. Those are a very good way to kind of kickstart your military and some good base defenses while you are still figuring things out. So, let me get 2 female war dogs, 1 male. You definitely want some cats to eat vermin in the fortress. I'm gonna be getting more cows than, or more animals rather than I think most people typically start with. Let me make sure I have poultry first though, because that is, they are very important for getting, as a food supply and just having a poultry industry in general. Okay, so you can kind of see down here how many points I have left. These are the points values for each item. Let me see. I think I want some lambs. Or no, not lambs. I want the grown-ups and a ram, because that way I don't know if you can milk sheeps in this game, but their wool will be a good extra source of clothing, etc. for good stuff for clothing. Yeah, words. Okay. Let's see. I have 73 points left. What else do I want? I wonder if bunnies really screw like bunnies in this. If they would be a good thing just to have on hand and to butcher. Let's see, I'm trying to think what else. Oh, and the reason for poultry I went with turkeys is they are, I think, the best bang for your buck in terms of getting eggs. Yeah, goats? Maybe. Yeah, goat milk for sure. How much do goats cost? Not a lot. Okay, so I could get a nanny goat and a billy goat. Now, I don't know if there's any worry about inbreeding of animals in this game. We're not gonna worry about it. And then, yeah, I think just for my last few points, I will just up how many plump helmets I get, because those are always a safe bet for starting out. And then, yeah, I have some prepared food, some food to cook. High reproduction value for rabbits. Let me see what I can find quickly on the wiki. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I set up in OBS a thing to show the wiki. Let's see. Oh, rabbits don't give any meat when butchered. Interesting. So they would be good, good to use for a... They're good as pets, but yeah, we're not gonna... Yeah, so not usable as livestock, and yeah. So rabbits are just garbage, apparently. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna have a bajillion plump helmet seeds to start out. Or, well, no. I'll give 20 and then put some more points into the plump helmets themselves. And yeah. Okay, so now one of the most fun parts of the game, Shift F to name the fort, and I'm just gonna do random until we get a fun one. So, I don't know if this text is really too tiny for you guys to read, and I'm not sure how to adjust that, adjust the zoom or anything. But so up here at the top we have the Dwarven word for it, Asabtaguz, and Board Leap. Let's go ahead and random. Manor Channeled, Sword Shade, Stockade Relievers, Road Lulls, some lulls for the road, Sand Glazed, Abbey Found, Construct Gulfs, Copper Thundered, maybe, because copper tends to be like your first starting metal. Sure, yeah, let's use Copper Thundered as the name of our fort. What is our group called? The Knife of Rhodes. Yeah, sure. So Zasset Toulon, the Knife of Rhodes. I'm not gonna bother with messing with the symbol, so let's go ahead and hit E to embark. Okay, so Stone Sense is launching now that we have a world for it to interact with. Okay, let me adjust my windows a little bit here. Please hold. Alright, Stone Sense. So, Stone Sense is showing us what we haven't seen quite yet, but that is the game world, as it were. And let me know if the music is too loud. It's a little loud in my ears, so I'm just going to turn my volume down. So, you have arrived. After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Oops, I think resizing the window messed with the text. It's to make an outpost for the glory of all of Kikros Stizash. So that's the name of our civilization. Here, let me scroll this back out a little bit so we can see everything. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all Kikros Stizash. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you, but it is spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodgings, ere the cheetahs get hungry. Okay, we're gonna have cheetahs. New chapter of Dwarven history begins here at this place. Gisulamud, Copper Thundered. Strike the earth. Okay. And hit enter. Oh. No. I think Dwarf Fortress just crashed on me. That's no good. Oops. Oh, okay, so I think what happened there is one of the mods that allows you to see different things. There was a visual mod that can cause some issues when you embark, so I've turned that off. I'm going to launch, get us started, and then I'll be able to turn that back on. Oh no, did I lose all that progress? Okay. Yeah, I think we need to redo. Well, dang. Okay. That is mighty unfortunate. But maybe I can remember where that embark region was. So yeah, sometimes that can happen. It's very unfortunate. I'll try and get us back to where we were as quickly as possible. We were up around here, I believe. Okay, so this is generally the region we're in, but now I am going to move in the region window up here. Or you know what? No, I don't want to risk it, so low savagery. Or no, savagery is whatever. Low evil. Fluxstone, yes. Because we shouldn't have any aquifers anyway. Multiple. Some. And yes, okay. Let's hope that this doesn't take too long. That was unfortunate. And so the issue that happened is there is a mod that makes it so you can see multiple Z levels up and down on the map while you're playing. Okay, interesting. Why is it not showing me as many green X's this time? Or is it? Okay. But, well, I haven't had that issue with that particular utility before. It's one that I've heard of, so I think I've fixed it. If it crashes again, not sure what's going on. Is it gonna give me the same dwarves this time, though? Because, well, we shall see. Also, I'm going to try and do my best to explain everything that I'm doing throughout the game, including the key presses and such, but may not remember to, so I apologize for that. Okay, so. Okay, there we go. Looks like I was nearly there. Okay, I think this is where we were before. Yeah, okay, so embark here, prepare carefully. Okay, yes, and it looks like we have different dwarfs this time. So let me go back over to Dwarf Therapist. Well, that's not great. I don't have any good farmers. This guy, Zazit, or this girl, excuse me, is going to be my best farmer. So let me go ahead and bump them up with that. Where was chef, brewer, and cook? Well, this person is also my best cook and brewer. Okay. Cadle, you are going to be our brewer and cook. Now, I don't need to give them really that many points here to start off, because as your dwarves do things, they get better, which is very nice. Yeah, I think that's going to be it in terms of skills I pre-assign. Okay. Oh, the one thing I do want to do is I'm looking over in, here, let me pull Dwarf Therapist up again. Over here, there is the broker skill, and that is who is going to handle your trading. And trading is a major component of the game. You get caravans most seasons, I think spring, summer, and autumn. And yeah, that's a huge part of the game, but you want to make sure that whoever your trader is, in this case it's going to be Athelritan, has at least some skills in the relevant areas first. So going down, and you can just see how many skills there are here, but where is it? I want appraiser. There we go. So this lets them figure out the prices of things, because if you don't have anyone with appraisal when you are first trading, you're not going to know any of the prices, which can be, shooting yourself in the foot. But like I said, we don't need that much put into skills, so let's go back over to items. Okay, so don't want cave wheat, don't want sweet pods, don't want rock nuts, don't want dimple cups. Okay, so animals again. So, female war dogs. 1 male, nope, not hunting dog, war dog. 2 female cats, 1 male cat. And the reason I'm doing these numbers is for kind of population control purposes, because one of the more infamous endings to a fort is a cat-splosion, where there are too many cats and it's taking up too much of the processing power. Okay, let's see, I had 2 ewes, a ram. Okay, I think I've done more in the, I did more in the skills than I did before, but should still be able to do, oops, some goats. Totes my goats. Alright, let's see how that goes. And now just some more plum helmet seeds. Okay. Well, we gotta find a new fort name. Stockade Coven, Blow Staves, Gladness Soar, Steel Trust, Cradle Machine, Ringed Vessel, Fair Granite, Bend Tin, Dune Spears, Neo Portals, Quake Judges, Geared Construct, Craft Flares, Geared Fishers, Guild Tube, Gear Seas, lots of gears. Spiral Torch, Dagger Whisker, Tome Splated, Tome Scorch, Mountain Den, Axe Dove, Lance Oak, Figure Slipped, Shot Pines, Treaty Trammels, Cage Abbey, Bridge Eye, Bolt Synced, Learned Diamond, Golden Leaped, Bolt Bands, Cudgel Glories. For a second I thought that said Cuddle Glories. Taper Staff, Rock Daub, Beach Trades, Hail Brass, Tombstone, Brother Pick, Paddle Folded, Paint Stockades, Fence Page, Channel Names, Gleeful Copper. Okay, it's not Thundering Copper, but it's Gleeful Copper. And our group, the Modest Picks, Pages of Assembling, the Fortunate Mirror, the Sods of Steel, the Tame Hammer, the Ever-Seeing Mirror, the Helpful Whip, the Hammer of Vising, the Stormy Fence, Saber of Lucidites, the Balanced Godly Floor, okay? Maybe giving ourselves a bold name to live up to. Okay, and I think let us embark again. Fingers crossed that this time it doesn't crash.
By the dwarven gods, what have we got here? What is this place? It's a mess! What? There's not even any alcohol here. They told me there'd be rivers running with alcohol. I've been lied to.
So some of these sound effects that are happening are, like provided by, or I'm not sure where they originate from actually. Okay, so, same sort of thing. Our civilization this time is Olan Otil, and we have leopards instead of cheetahs, but let's see, hit enter. Okay. Well, I don't know what is happening to cause that to be an issue. Well, alright. I'm trying to think what I want to do with this right now. Whether I want to, yeah, this is very irksome that this is continuing to crash. Let me try one more time without any of the visual adjustments and see if we can embark that way. I'm just gonna try and power through. Starting things off. Start playing. Yeah, I guess I should go ahead and adjust the window size when I get the chance. If this doesn't work a third time, I don't think I'm going to continue to try and do this on stream. See if I can't figure out what's going wrong. Without you guys having to sit through this. Okay. Let me see if I can't just remember that site. I think this is it. We have a teeny tiny bit of the river in the corner of our map. So let's embark. Oh, do I want to just use one of these profiles? No. Okay. Gonna try and do this quickly. I apologize. Load dwarf therapist. Check the roles. Who's our farmer? Endok Odomshin. Actually, because Endok is our best cook and brewer, so we'll have them do that, and then we have another, passable farmer in Uvash. Okay, who is our broker? Bemble. So let's get them some appraising skills. Some appraising, and judge of intent, I believe, is what lets you figure out how the other person you're trading with is feeling. So we want them to have some of that. And the others will be peasants. Okay, items. I'm not sure why it slightly randomizes the list each time, but 2 female war dogs, 1 male war dog, 2 female cats, 1 male cat. Let's just do 1 ewe, 1 ram. Let's get the turkeys. 2 turkey hens, 1 turkey gobbler. 1 nanny goat, 1 billy goat. Bye-bye, other seeds. Okay. Name the fort. Craft dives. Theater nighted. Yeah, okay. Game nights, theater nighted. That works. Name the group. The Merged Key. The Tall Palace. Sure. Our group... Well, no, that might get confusing because this is the name of our group, not the fort. The Cheerful Guilds. Okay. Embark. Hey G, how's it going? This is my 3rd attempt at really starting the game.
Every 10 embarkments end in complete disaster. I can't wait to see what awaits us here.
Okay. So Obak Dibesh is our civilization, and we got jaguars. First it was cheetahs, then it was leopards, now it's jaguars. Okay. Okay. Success. Okay, let me So I'm going to save the game just to be safe and then see if I can't get the plugins to launch. So that it will be better viewing for you all. Now, I'm not sure if it's because of the lazy noob pack or just because of this game in general, but saving typically takes a while, usually throws up a Dwarf Fortress's stop responding issue. Maybe there's something about my setup I can change, but we got this, it's fine. Okay. Alright, continue playing. Region 2 is this one. Whoops, I completely forgot to do those things. Okay. Seems like we're okay now, though. So this over here is Stone Sense, which will give you all a better view of, well, hopefully a better view of what is happening. Let me adjust my Dwarf Fortress window and how it's set up over here. Oops, nope, I want you there. Okay. So, please hold while I adjust the view here to try and match up more closely with what is happening over here. So, on the left here we have Stone Sense, and this is an isometric kind of, well, it's still not quite 3D view of what is happening, but there's, you know, a whole lot of stuff over here which translates to this stuff over here on the actual Dwarf Fortress screen. So I'm going to just kind of look around the map, see where things are. Looks like we've got quite a bit of hill space. Oh, that's really only a little bit of the river down here. And yeah, so Stone Sense isn't as good about seeing up and down as Dwarf Fortress is with this plugin that I have. But so, this down here where there are the blue 7s, that is the river. And we're going to want to have access to that for any of our water needs, which, okay, we've got a feather tree, saguaro cacti, what is this stuff? I think this is webs down here. Brown recluse spider silk webs. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Do I want to just dig straight into here, or do I want to kind of be down closer to the water? Because it looks like this is all a bunch of sand. And what I'm doing is I'm hitting K to look, and then it will tell me what things are over on the right here. So we've got black sand, regular sand. So yeah, seems like we've got lots of sand up top here. Now if I use shift, period goes down to Z level, shift comma takes us back up. Looks like it's mostly just sand all the way down. We've got some clay here. What's this? Rhyolite. I'm not sure what that is, but it does also seem like this is the quote-unquote ground level. Okay, so maybe we do actually want to go down here and you know, start digging out here. So I'm going to hit D for designate, D for mine, and now I'm going to use enter to start selecting areas. And now you want at least a 3 wide entrance into a place, because the trade wagons, the caravans that come by, are 3 wide, so they need at least that much space to get into the fortress. Now we're... Oh, for a second, for some reason I thought we were already at the edge of the map here, but no, we got lots of space to the right. Okay, this... So... So let's see. D for... designate, D for mine, and now let me just do a little bit more room here. And now let me go ahead and... I'm doing a whole lot, or not a whole lot, but some planning out now for some defenses. What I'm doing is I'm making a long and winding path for the caravan to get through. It's not actually going to be that long, but basically making a longer path for things to get through if they want to get to the fort. And then I will have just like a 1 wide corridor here. And I'll make it 2 wide to get us into the main area here. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not how that works. Well, just setting up lots of stuff to be dug out here first. Whoops, nope, I don't want to do that. So X to remove designation. Okay. So this will just kind of be my entrance into the fort. Okay, let's make sure, going back over into Dwarf Therapist for a second, that I have things set up appropriately. So this, so you will see here where there are numbers, those are where I gave those people those skills. And they are currently assigned to do those things. So now let me check. So you are my trader, yes, so I will be turning you into my broker. But who are my miners? Abel, do you have any skills? No, so you will be a miner. And Meng will also be a miner. Endok will be my woodcutter. Now, this is one of the odd things about Dwarf Fortress, is you can't have someone be a miner and a woodcutter. There's one other one, but I don't remember what it is right now. So what I'm doing here is, rather than dealing with this super clunky interface within Dwarf Fortress itself, I am selecting what labors, what jobs I want them to be able to do here. Then I'm going to hit commit, which then writes it over into Dwarf Fortress. So when I unpause the game, it will... Oh, I need to adjust stone sense. Okay. Yeah, that's slightly better in terms of what we're actually seeing. So now, if I... Why are you doing this, stone sense? Okay, let me unpause the game, and now we're gonna have our miners come rushing down to start digging this out. And as they're doing that, let me look up in the wiki what rhyolite is good for. Okay, so it's a stone. It is not magma safe, which is good to know. Let me... D for designate, T for trees, to chop down some trees, because you need wood to make beds. So we're going to chop down all those trees there, which... What kind of trees are these? Date palm, orange tree, kumquat tree, and an orange tree. Okay, so let them keep going. Our woodcutter is coming down to chop down the tree. let's see, what else can I be doing as we go? Let me go back. Where is the Forge Smoke tutorial? There is a quick start guide on the wiki which kind of gives you a, hey, these are the things you should be doing, so. Strike the earth. Let's see. Gonna let them keep digging. So we've got a mix of rhyolite and the sand here, it looks like. We've struck stibnite. Okay, I guess that's another kind of rock. Okay. I'm not sure why Stone Sense doesn't like when I use the look command. And the reason this guy's done sooner is because digging through sand is a lot easier than digging through stone. Allanite, so we've got lots of rocks happening. Let me go ahead and I'm going to just set up a stockpile for pretty much everything except refuse, except trash, to try and get us started. Or actually, I want to do just a refuse one to start. We'll set it over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to be where they dump any trash that we find. I'm trying to remember how to do a general usage stockpile first, but as I look that up, we're just going to let them keep digging. Okay. Why is this being so uncooperative? Okay, gonna want to get a farm started soon, which I don't know if we can actually do that with sand. I think we need soil, which could be a slight issue. Oh, someone is fighting something. The two-humped camel is fighting the war dog? Okay. Where is this happening? Ah, okay. Why aren't you showing us here? Okay. So, Stone Sense isn't... Oh, okay. We just kind of got it over here. But for some reason, one of my war dogs is attacking the two-humped camel. Now, hopefully, because it's a war dog, it's going to win. Oh, it looks like my dog got its butt kicked. Okay, view. Well, this is unfortunate. Lower body is bruised, left rear leg is bruised, left lung is bruised, upper body is bruised, right kidney is bruised, left front paw is bruised, right front leg is bruised. Okay, so if it like fought until... So this is a log of all the things that happened in their encounter, and it seems like the camel got the upper hand over my dog, but it's no longer enraged. Okay, did my dog start the fight? But that's no good. Okay, let's go back down to here. Here, let's do custom stockpile, custom settings, food, furniture. We'll do basically everything except corpses and garbage to start. and also not animals, just to get my dudes moving everything. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is, in here, I'm going to dig upstairs and downstairs, and there's difference between upstairs, downstairs, and up and downstairs. Try not to think about the physics of up and downstairs too much. I tend to just try and think of them as ladders. So I'm going to start my selection here, go down some layers, and dig there. I'm also going to try going up a couple layers, or I guess maybe just one layer, because it looks like we've got clay here, which we should maybe be able to use for farming. But basically I'm trying to get the fortress started and on its feet. Okay, let's go back here. I'm gonna go ahead and deconstruct the wagon so that it will... Oh, but I need a carpenter to do that. Who is my carpenter? Is it Endok? Yeah. I'm over in Dwarf Therapist checking these things out. Endok is a carpenter, so they will go and do that. And once they deconstruct that, it will become parts, and my dude should hopefully move everything down to the entrance. Which I'm going to go... Whoops, where is it? Okay. Stone Sense, why are you such a butt? I really don't know why it keeps jumping around like this. Okay, so Shift H for hotkeys to change it so that this is... I can, hit the F1 buttons, etc. to go to different places. So telling it to zoom here on F1 to go to the entrance to the fort. Okay, why isn't it doing up and down stairs here? I know what the issue is. I messed up. Okay, because I already dug it out rather than, whoops, that's cancel. Sorry. Because I dug it out, I already mined out the space rather than digging it into stuff as we went. And what I'm doing here is U and K to adjust the width and the height of the thing. Let's enter. Yeah, I've got plenty of rhyolite here, so let's just use those. Okay, and that should hopefully let them do their thing. So you can see all the dwarves getting into action, moving rocks around, building stairs. And there they go, getting to work. Native gold, that'll be good. Just double check things here. Yeah, clay, sand. Oh boy. I don't remember if you can farm on clay or if you need soil. And those were different things. Let me... I'm trying to look up clay. Let's see. While I'm doing that, I can let the game keep running for a little bit. Let's see. Farm. Okay, it needs to be done on soil. Okay. Seems like I should be able to do it. Okay, tetrahedrite, that's good. That is silver, among other things. Okay, so let's just dig a hallway out here. Hopefully we come across clay there. Okay, so we've got our entrance into the fort set up, basically. Let me go back up, see if I can't find where things started out. Okay, so here you can kind of see all this junk that we had and that they, for some reason, haven't moved yet down to the down to here, which it should be taking all those things, so I don't know why my dwarves are just standing around. Okay, let me go ahead and this is why are you doing this, Stone Sense? Okay, so I'm going to dig out a farm here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is much bigger than I need it to be to start, but we'll go ahead and get that going. Okay, it looks like we've got lots of interesting stuff down there, but I want to get the farm going as soon as possible. Okay, looks like we've still got some sand here, but also some other ores and minerals. Just trying to do some thinking about what I want. Why am I going to escape? I can pause with spacebar. Just trying to think about how I want things to be set up. So, yeah, we've still got lots of sand. Okay, now we start getting into the rock. Still clay. Okay, so this is the first layer of, like, really rock. So I'm going to do... This is where I'm going to kind of set up... start setting up living quarters. Okay. That's fine for now. And we'll get to that in a bit. But... yeah, let's go ahead and I'm going to start setting up workshops on this layer. This is me quasi-attempting an efficient setup in terms of having the workshops that are producing all the goods that we want for trade going out, you know, being just beneath where the trade depot is going to be. And I'm kind of leaving these columns and spaces partially for aesthetics, partially for support, although I don't think because you can have collapses and such, but I think we are going to be relatively okay for one. Oh, I need to hit resume. So as it's going, let me just kind of look at what these mushrooms are. We've got lots of bubble bulbs, some watermelon, passion fruit. Interesting. Okay, so let me... what I'm doing now is I'm setting a zone for harvesting plants. Just as kind of a thing for my idlers to do. G for gather and pick fruit. Yes. Oh, but I need to make sure my dwarves, some of them have plant gathering turned on. Okay, who is not doing anything? Over in Dwarf Therapist, looking at stuff. Dodoc, what do? You do animals. Okay. Well, let's have you plant gathering, animal training, animal care, commit. Fob, you don't do anything. Uvash, what do? You're our farmer, so we need to leave you be. And our woodcutter can also be doing this. Our broker can be doing this. No, not you. Okay. Alright, so the dwarves should have plenty of things to do now. I struck Realgar. I don't know what that is. Okay, so the farm area up here is pretty much ready. So B for build, P for farm plot. Okay. All right. So now that's, you need the farmer to come and build that. And how are other things going? Okay. So the miners are probably taking a break to go drink booze, because that's what they do. Oh, you can also see with the Z's, they're asleep. So do want to get beds dug out pretty quickly. Oh, and part of why I'm going this far down for the dormitories is, again, partially so that workshops and our industry is closer to the trade depot, but also so that hopefully their beds are made entirely out of stone, because what you can do then is smooth them to make them fancier, and fancier beds make for happier dwarves. Okay, is the farm built? Looks like it is nearly done. Construction nearly done. Okay, so it is done. So now what I need to do is set it to be plump helmets for all seasons. And I could go through, you know, because certain crops only grow in certain seasons. Plump helmets grow year round, so plump helmets in all seasons. And what I will probably do is make another farm plot for the pigtails. Whoops, well, I have this double wall here, which I didn't need, but that's fine. Okay, let's go back down, see how things are going. So yeah, if you have any questions about what I'm doing, let me know. Hopefully I'm explaining things well enough that it makes sense. Well, actually I couldn't right now because I only have 2 picks, but 2 miners is typically enough to start out. Okay, yeah, I'll just let them keep going. Although, once they finish out this lower right area, I will go ahead and set up the beginnings of the basic stuff. let's see. I'm over in Dwarf Therapist, just looking at stuff again. And Doc, who is my carpenter and woodcutter, is one of my better crafters. All my good crafters have other jobs. Alright, let's see. I'm wondering if I could let this run safely while I step away for a second, but should probably play it safe. I'm going to take a quick break here. Don't go anywhere, I will be right back. And I'm back. Thanks for bearing with me. Let's get back to it. Alright, I said I was going to start setting up some workshops, so B for building, W for workshops, yes. Okay, so I want to start with, because there's, if I were going for peak efficiency, I would set up stockpiles and workshops in certain locations. So let me think about this. Well, let's see, I need carpenter's workshop. So these are what, 10 by 10? So what I could do is have one line of stockpile on each side and do 3 rows of stuff in the middle. Okay, so if I do a carpenter here, and then I'm thinking I will have the finished products they put here, and wood here. And again, this is me, I have a vague idea of how I should optimize it, but I also don't think I'm actually going to worry all that much yet. but either way, I know I want. Let me quickly wiki these rocks. Make sure I shouldn't be using them for something else. Allanite. Okay, magma safe. Stibnite. Is neither fire safe nor magma safe. So, yeah, let's go ahead and use Stibnite to make the wood stuff. I want, what is it? Craft Dwarfs is R. Let's put that over here. Rhyolite, that's fine. Mason shop we will put next to it. I think those three are the main ones we want to get started with. Do I have anyone set up for masonry? No, I do not. Of course, our masons are. Okay, this should be fine. I'm just setting up some labors of some of the dwarves. Okay, let's let them get to it. I say that and then immediately pause it as I decide to set up some stockpiles. That's going to be for wood. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. Stone, except well, no, I'll put these down first and then adjust their settings in a second. So settings, stone, but I want to make sure they don't use forbid metal ores F, forbid economic ores F, and I don't need clay here, so it's just going to use other stones. And same with this other one, setting forbid metal ores, forbid economic, and clay. And I am going to make it so that these can take a couple of bins, as well as some wheelbarrows, which we don't have just yet. But this way, things will be able to hopefully stack up better. Okay, let me, let's see, Shift H for hot zones. This will be hotkey 2, zoom here for workshops. Let's see, change name, workshops. Okay, and then once I get, do I want this to be the dorm layer, or, because I also want the dining hall to be on just stone for the same reason that once we make that super fancy by smoothing and carving the stone, it will make the dwarves happy. So actually maybe this can be the same thing, and one side of things will be, sorry, I'm just zooming around in the darkness. One side of things can be the dining hall, and one side will be for dorms and such. And yeah, let me get started with dorms, which I will set up here on the left. Which, this is, so there are a few schools of thought on how to build sleeping quarters for your dwarves. There are some who just set up a very Spartan, you know, one by one, not even a one by one. What am I trying to say? So what I'm doing here is basically we have this 3 wide hallway, then it will go into a place for the door, which actually, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Trying to be economical with space still, so okay, so yes, I want like this rather than giving them wider hallways. But what I've seen some things do is they don't even have the extra space, they just have, you know, door, you know, a chest for them to put their things in bed, but that's not quite as pleasing to the eye, and I know there are, you know, other people who do much larger rooms, but okay, that's going to be 8 rooms, which is plenty for the dwarves to start out with. Okay, Control H, spot 3, zoom here. Okay, 2 for here. Alright, are these built yet? Yes, they are. Okay, so let me go ahead and eventually I'm going to set up a manager to make things going a lot more easily, but for now I'm just going to construct a bunch of beds manually. Mason's workshops similarly, a bunch of doors. Oops, cancel. Let's see, where do I want to set up my manager office? I will probably set up spaces for nobles over here. So let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5 should be plenty for a manager's office. Where are my dwarves? Where are my miners? I guess still up here. Alright, let me go here and change these settings. I'm going to forbid stone, or let's do disable stone, disable wood, and that way they should be moving the stuff into those stockpiles down below. Although these stone ones are already all set up. Okay, so the farmer has run out of plump helmet spawn. That's fine. Once we get to cooking and brewing, they should be getting to it. Okay, summer has arrived on the calendar, which means we should be getting an elf caravan pretty soon. Now, elves are kinda jerks. They don't like it when you cut down trees. I don't think we've cut down enough to piss them off yet. But it's auto-saving, which, as I mentioned before, means the game is kind of frozen. So we just gotta give it a minute. I suppose as we're going, let me explain some bits of the UI. So we've got the date up here, number of idlers, which is currently 0 because they're moving stuff between stockpiles. You actually typically want a couple of idlers. Okay, it has gone against it. Let me unpause, but idlers, you want a couple so that they can move things, you know, do urgent tasks as needed. Over here on the side, we have, I believe, this The 6 says, what Z level we're on. So this is 0. This is the, quote-unquote ground level. But if we start going down, you will also see on one of these is, I think this is, below sea level. Down here might be the actual Z level. But yeah. And then down here in the bottom right is a quick shot of the happiness of my dwarves. Right now they're all neutral, but there are 3 levels of happiness and 3 levels of anger. Hello, Morgan. Currently trying to explain this very complicated UI. But the dwarves have arrived and are starting to get to work here. Let's see. I'm also going to just add a task to create rock crafts and do that basically forever, because that is your primary export. Okay, the dwarves are going. So let me start giving them more to dig out. And this time I am going to get a little bit fancy with what I'm doing here. Yes, this is a very confusing game to try and watch without any idea of what's going on. And we will eventually be expanding this room, but let's go ahead and for now we'll just do that, and we'll see how we want to expand it. But so while I have their orders going, let me do a quick overview of the fort again. This is our entrance into the fort. We got a river way down over here, which we will still need to figure out how to gain access to. Probably going to be digging an underground tunnel to get over to. Up here we have our farm, which let me actually also, well, no, the miners have more important stuff. This is where our workshops are going to be. We have a few layers to, this is where the dorms and the dining hall is going to be. Okay, let me go ahead and start placing these doors so that I can give, so that I can do a manager, give him an office and such. Let's see, I need to construct some rock thrones, which are chairs, and a table, which is T. Because once I have a manager, I can make him do all the grunt work, well, him or her. Okay, so let's go back down here and see how they are doing while I search up in the wiki the manager and what skills they need. Relevant skills. Organizer. Okay, so let me go into Dwarf Therapist, which, let me bring that up and try and see who would make a good manager. Well, our miner and our broker. Okay, so I think... Okay, so our expedition leader is... Wait, are you our expedition leader? Yes. Okay, so let me go here and hit N for nobles. Yes, Bemble is going to be our manager, and our broker. And what you'll see now is they require something. And they need an office, which we are working on. Who is a good bookkeeper? Could be basically anyone here. Yeah, Thob, you're not doing much of anything. So I think Thob is going to be our bookkeeper. Oh, the game's a little loud. Let me... Okay, hopefully that's a bit better. Okay, fob. Okay. Okay, and it's still going. I guess our miners are taking a break. Okay, and let me check. Yeah, the bookkeeper's also going to need an office, so we'll go ahead and start preparing one for him as well. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just double check. This is allanite. Okay, so yeah, this is rock. And this is, you know, much grander than they're going to need. Picking up my air conditioning. Let me try something. Okay, is that any better? Because I don't want to turn my air conditioning off because it is very toasty. Okay, let's see. I also want to build. B for build. Trade depot, capital D. And I just want to have it, you know, right here for them to come and unload. Because the caravan is coming soon. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I still have Dwarf Therapist up. That is a plugin used to make the game more playable. It lets you manage the jobs that your dwarves are doing, etc., etc. Okay, let me go ahead and put a door here. Okay. So yeah, at this point, right now it's kind of just a whole lot of hurry up and wait. I'm setting a bunch of tasks for my dwarves to do, and they're doing them as fast as they can. Let's see. Whoops, not a door. I'm trying to set up building. Okay, so yeah. I was gonna try and set up the stuff in the office, but they're still making the thing. So let me set up another table and another chair, and then they should be good. Okay, what I'm actually going to do right now is reprioritize these tasks so that my miners are like, oh hey, I need to do these now. And I think I don't remember if priorities are a vanilla function or if it's from this add-on DF hack. But so that's saying, hey, go build the beds right now. Right heckin' now. Okay, so yeah. Dwarves are coming and building the bedrooms. Or, you know, digging out the bedrooms. But, so, yeah. Once again, the game itself is on the right over here. And this over here is Stone Sense, which gives you an isometric view to try and, you know, or offers an alternate view if it's easier to follow what's happening there. Okay, so once they have finished digging out those bedrooms, I can go into planning mode. Well, I say that it's, you know, not quite planning mode, but B for build, B for bed, and normally I would have to go through and place each individual thing, but I can hit Shift P to turn on planning mode, and that way I can just be like, okay, once there's a bed, put it there, 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 and same thing for doors, put it there, 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 put it there. Same thing for tables. Let me go ahead and just put, you know, once there's one there, put it there. Chair or throne. Planning mode, put it there. And once those objects are ready, dwarves will come and install them. Bringing them mostly from here. Okay, as long as we are waiting, let me make a few bins to try and tidy things up a little bit. So I'm hitting Q to look at the buildings, and now looking over here on the right. Why does the cat keep zooming around? Because I have cats to eat the vermin that might otherwise show up. So Q for that, N for bin, add new task, N for a bin, N for a bin, N for a bin. And now let me also make some wheelbarrows so that dwarves can carry stuff around faster. Okay, let's go back down here to check things out. B for build, doors, still in planning mode. But thank you for bringing up the cats, because that reminds me, I need to get my chickens and stuff set up. Let me just go to the wiki and double check. Poultry industry is an article. Okay.
Some cute female, they didn't sound much interested in it.
So every season you have a chance of migrants arriving. I think I heard somewhere that the first 2 seasons they're hard-coded to arrive, and these are just more dwarves who have heard of the glory and wonders of your fort and have come to help out. So let's unpause and let them come on in. Okay, it seems like they are, down here at the bottom edge of the map. They're going to take a little bit, but they will start strolling on in. I think they might also be confused because I don't necessarily have, I don't have my dining hall set up yet, so they're not sure where to go. But these guys are getting there. Let's see. Plan to place a table and a chair. And that should have my offices set up. Ooh, there's some gold in my dining room. What is this? Are these sapphires? Lapis lazuli, okay. Okay, so the beds are mostly set. So what I'm doing now is hitting Q to go to room properties and R to make a room. I could resize it, but because of the bed and the door, it's already set up properly. And I could manually assign each of these, which, super micromanagey you could do, but I'm just setting these up to be bedrooms, and that means, just any dwarf will come and be like, hey, this is my room now. Now for nobles, you would want to set up their actual rooms. Okay, so we kind of like this, as you will see. So I could make this room a dining room based off the table, but based off the chair, I'd make it a throne room or study. And now I'm resizing it so that it is that big. And assign the chair to, let's see, because I think my manager is going to be Bemble, so yeah, so that is now his office. And you will see, whereas before he had that red requirement, he now has a meager office, and so is satisfied and can do his job. Which now that makes it a lot easier, because I can now go to U for units, M for manager, and I can just set up a bunch of orders. So Q, now I can just start typing, table, I want rock tables. Let's make, just like 8 of them for now. Make some rock thrones, chairs, 8 of them to go with those tables. Mug, make rock mug. We'll set up like 10 of those. And it looks like we're going to need a few more doors, so rock door, just like 10. So now the manager will start going through and validating those jobs, and that will then make it so they will go and do their stuff. Okay, what is this on the table? A lettuce leaf, okay. I need to make this a throne room, a study for Thob the bookkeeper, so that he can keeps track of all our things, because as you will see, this is Z for stocks. I don't know why, but you see you have all these question marks next to the created wealth, our food stores, and this is really the most important part. All these question marks. I need to remember how to set up his degree of accuracy. That's somewhere. I'm trying to remember where I go to do that. Anyway, that is for later. Okay, still kind of at the, waiting for them to do stuff thing. How is the trade depot going? Needs architecture. Okay, so that is just, some things require architecture to happen. That's something you can just kind of turn on everyone. Okay. Alright, and it looks like we've had 2 migrants show up. We are having the issue of they're not showing up because we don't have a dining room yet. So table. Okay. Alright, but so I have stuff for my dwarves to be doing. Now I just need to wait for them to do it. The ultimate goal of the game, basically, yeah, have the most baller fortress. You can eventually become successful enough that you can become a barony. You can have the king or queen of your civilization come move in. There's also a whole lot of dangers that you can unwittingly or willingly chase after that will spell the end of a fort. But yes, generally, you just want to be the very best, like no one ever was. Okay, let me turn this into my dining room. Make it the meeting hall. There we go. And that should make people happier. But what I need to start doing now is getting a kitchen set up. Five, 6. And that's going to have space for the kitchen and the still for brewing. Because it's been at least a few days and my people haven't had meals cooked for them, etc. Okay, I just want to check this quickly down here. Honeybees. Okay, good. That means we can do beekeeping and such. Colony of termites. Okay, not as good. Alright, I still need to... Yep, yay bees. Still need to set up my... but also, bees. Okay, getting distracted. I need to build... is it in workshops? Yes, a kitchen Z. Sure, out of diorite. And a still L. Rhyolite, sure. So those will go. And as they are doing that, let me so you'll see over here, the manager has approved these jobs and is now, letting me know the progress of them. But let's see, I need some nest boxes. I only need really 2 for now. Eventually I will need more. Let's go ahead and make some hives. Yeah, let's do 6. And I think that's all I need right now. Oh, I need to set up. So I brought war dogs at the start, and this is going to be a pen pasture of 1 for that male war dog. And he's just going to kind of stand guard. Okay, are these built? Needs cooking. Are none of my dwarves set to cook? No, one of them is. Okay, they're just busy. How dare. Okay, we're out of plum helmet seeds, but that's to be expected. Where am I going? Oh, I want to just set up some rock blocks and have, because you can use rock blocks to build things and it's more efficient than just using a whole stone. But I've also run into the issue where I make too many rock blocks and I'm just out of stones entirely. Okay, let me... Okay, so let me go ahead and pull up Dwarf Therapist again for a second. So these were the original 7, and these are the 2 who arrived earlier. And we have... Catton showed up, is an expert bowyer, and that's, that's whatever. And then we have Edom, who is a medical dwarf and a bookbinder, which bookbinding we'll get into much later. Okay, so that sound is saying that, hey, the order I put in has been completed. Alright, gosh, I was looking up in the poultry industry what I need to do, if I need to put them on soil, or... Okay, I think, let me set up, I think they'll be fine, because what is going to happen is they'll eat just like the little bugs and stuff that, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the bugs and stuff that will be on the ground. Okay, kitchen is still waiting, but let me cure brew drink from plant and 0 for perpetual order. And now I need to, in the kitchen, set it so that never cook plump helmets. We only want to brew those. Change categories. Okay, good. We're never cooking those. For now, let's avoid cooking booze because dwarves get very unhappy when they don't have any booze. Okay, build workshop. Butchery is you. And I'm building this outside because as things die in Dwarf Fortress, they release a cloud of miasma, which makes dwarves very unhappy if they go in it. So it's nice to do it outside where it can disperse. So get a door up in here. I don't think I need a door into the kitchen. Okay. Dining hall. Dining room. Again, over on the wiki on my other monitor, looking stuff up. Okay, looks like we are almost ready. So B for build, capital N for nest boxes. Just get these placed. And now I for a zone. Put this here. Pen and pasture. N, shift N for the specific animals, and I want just the turkeys. And oh, I'm just looking. It is very fortunate that so whenever you start, you get 2 like beasts of burden to pull the wagon and bring it in, and you know it can be random, but we lucked out and got a yak cow and a yak bull, so they can make more yaks for us. Okay, sparse. Let's see, where can we pasture the animals though? So I don't want to put them too far away from the entrance, but we're also in, a dry area where we're not going to have that much pasturable land. Let me try like up here. Pen pasture, and I'm gonna put you in the ram. Now you go to Billy Goat. Hopefully, my concern is that if I put them way out there, they are going to be picked off by some monster or predator or other. Okay, design needs masonry. I have masons. Why aren't you doing mason stuff? I guess they might have other jobs they're busy doing. Okay, the 2 new dwarves we have aren't very good at masonry, but I'm telling them to do it anyway. Okay, so we have the turkeys in place. We have this door. I'm going to forbid passage and make it very closed tightly so that the cats and stuff don't get in. So now the turkeys are stuck in there, but they should have food. And so they will be left alone. And so rather than the dwarves coming and taking the eggs for food, they will be able to lay eggs and start, create more birds that we can then eventually use for, what am I trying to say? No. We will have lots more birds, some which we can butcher, some which we can use for making more eggs and the like. Okay, what is this rock here? Limestone. Okay. Alright, what do I need to be working on right now? Because I'm sure there is stuff. Let me build W workshop. A loom up here. Do I have rock blocks yet? Yes, I do. So a loom, a clothier's shop. And what else? Do I want to do a leather works up here? I think so. Okay. So I just did loom, clothiers, leatherworks. Set up a tanner's above the leatherworks. Just kind of planning things out now. Not really going to need these anytime soon. Tea mechanic shop. Let's do it down here. Okay, so we have a carpenter over there. I'm going to back out a menu because I want, where is it? I'm looking for like furnaces, E for furnace. Oops, I want a wood furnace here. And a smelter here. And I'm putting them over here because there's going to be the wood and the fuel, etc., etc. Okay, let me double check because wasn't one of these rocks was not fire safe, but it would not surprise me if it is, if it still let me use these for these things, but we appear to be good. Okay, that is plenty for my dwarves to work on right now. Let me just check how things have been going. Brew drink from plant. Alright, how is the kitchen coming? Still inactive. What is my cook doing? Ah, they are brewing things forever. Who else can cook? One of my miners can cook a little bit, so I'm gonna let them do that. Oh, and they immediately went in to work on the kitchen, which you can kind of see happening. There we go. Okay, so now U, M, Q, easy meal, and just do that forever. Okay, but I was looking for stockpiles because I remember seeing somewhere on the wiki a way that suggested efficient setup for food, like food and drink. I know I saw this page on the wiki before. Oh, okay. Dry season's come. We're at autumn. Okay, so we didn't get an elven caravan. Huh. Or a human one. Once it finishes saving, I am going to check our civilizations and see if we have any. Okay. So we're good here. Let me check the settings here again. No, I think we're fine there. Okay, resume, but let's go to C for civilization world info. Civilizations. Oops. C. People? No. World. I'm not sure how to check where other peeps are. Let's see. Again, what do I need to be working on right now? Needs clothes, making needs weaving. Okay, so who are my good clothes peoples? Endok, who is my wood cutter? Spinning, weaving. Bumble, you can do some of that too. So, yeah, this is, kind of the basics of fortressing right now. Let me go ahead and set up a finished goods stockpile here next to the trade depot. Q for settings. And so finished goods, but I want to, I don't want them to bring goblets, don't want them to bring musical instruments. So that is going to be, stuff I want my dwarves to use. Don't want backpacks or quivers. The rest should be fine, but I also want to, in the quality, I want to make sure they don't bring any artifacts, which, can be a thing. Your dwarves will go into strange moods where they will take over a workshop or some kind of shop and require some materials and then build some good stuff. Okay, let me go to this. We don't need this this stockpile anymore. And so the dwarves will start moving everything to their more appropriate places. Gosh, I really wish I remembered where. Oh, and Dwarf Fortress crashed on me. Well, I don't know why it's doing that. And that sound means a caravan arrived, so something is going on. I don't know. Don't feel like dealing with that anymore today because you missed it earlier, Morgan, but the game crashed a couple times when we were trying to start the world. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for me for this. It seems this world is very buggy. If I stream this again, I may go to the other fort I was doing on my own and learning stuff. But yeah, hopefully you had fun. I don't think I even began to scratch the surface of what happens in this game. You can harness the power of a volcano to smite your foes. You can, you have forgotten beasts that show up and wreak havoc. There are were monsters. There's a whole lot of stuff that you can do and have fun in this game, and that's a big part of the game, is having fun. It is current, and by that I mean all capitals, lots of exclamation marks, and that usually translates to, oh no, your fortress died in a horrible way. Time to try again. And maybe someday we will have some fun in that manner here on stream, but for now, I think that's all I'm going to be doing to this. I'm sorry that this is a black screen, but it would be too much effort to try and figure something else out right now. But yes, very interesting game style. It is certainly, in a sense, masochistic, but this is the godfather of all management games, so games like RimWorld, Prison Architect, even city building games and stuff. Even though Dwarf Fortress wasn't the first game, it is kind of the upper echelon, certainly, and it's completely free, so you can check it out yourself. If you do, make sure you get the Lazy Noob Pack. Make sure you watch some tutorial videos because it's almost impossible to figure out just on your own, but the community is very helpful. And yeah, hopefully I made things clear in terms of what was happening, what I was doing. And like I said, I may do this some more in the future, but for now, that's it for me. So until next time, good game and good night, Internet.